from the start of the game all the way through the game when you were in there, kind of what was working well for you today in terms of your vision and just being able to finish runs?
Just trusting the process, trusting everything I put in all season, just being patient when I see a seam, I hit it.
Ben?
Dylan, just what was working so well for you today that allowed you to score 4 touchdowns?
Man, really just leaning on my teammates for real, especially the O-line and Beasley and Jaylen Wright, man. They did a lot of work getting down the field. Man, they just trusted me to go put it in, and that's what I got to do. Is lean on my brothers, them trusting me too.
Back left over here.
Dylan, it's these kind of games that you probably dream of when you are a high school kid and you commit. You have a 3-touchdown game for the first time since high school, I'm sure. Just what that means to you to do it on this big stage.
Just everything. Like he said, the work we've been putting in since January is just coming in and get the first game jitters out the way, but just go dominate with your brothers, man. It's just fun. It felt like we was just playing free out there, and it was fun.
With David and then Austin.
Dylan, what was your reaction on that first possession where Coach Heupel decides to go for it on 4th and 5?
I was happy. I was kind of on the field, like, what I'm saying? We're an aggressive team, and, I was hoping he was shaking my head, like, let's do this. And fans got loud. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, probably not. But they got loud, and, he called that play. And, it was potential there, so, I was just trusting him.
Wesley, everybody loves to talk about the offense. Defensively, it feels like you all have taken a huge step from last year to this year. Where do you feel like you all have grown the most? Is it just the depth? Is it some of these younger guys, developing? What is it for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot that go into it. We all work real hard. I think the young guys came along a lot this offseason, bought into, knowing that we need them and we need them to perform. And, they took that, they took that onto themselves to, prepare like a pro so we can win big time games. That's just a glimpse of it today.
Adam?
How was the communication, how was that affected by the fact that all you guys played together last year, most of you did?
It was very easy in the off season to just transition, given how we ended the season, with success. It was just easy to just bond together and buy in. We know what we capable of, just based off like how we ended the season last season. So we just try to keep it going. And the communication is easy. We've been this is our second season since I've been here together. So just getting to know each other, getting to play with each other, you get a better feel for who you're playing with.
We'll go Reese in the back, Austin and Vince.
Dylan, back here. I noticed that the first touchdown, one of the first people to greet you was Jabari. Small, and maybe Jaylen can touch on it a little bit too. But how close are you guys three when you're competing for snaps?
Man, I mean, like I said before, it's just like we push each other every single day, man. And it's fun to have that competition because like you always got to be on your best because like we all want to be the guy, that gets in the end zone, that makes the good plays, which makes us, even better. But on the flip side of that, we're not like selfish or none of that. We help each other out. We celebrate with our brothers. And like I said previously before, you never know when you got to lean on your brother. I mean, like today, sometimes, they get tired. We got to go in for them, this and that. It's just leaning on brothers and trusting each other, man. But having that competition with Jabari and Jay Wright, it just only make all of us compete at our best.
Jaylen, you came in, with a big off season and feeling confident. 9 yards of carry today. Is this kind of what you envisioned, or is this better than you envisioned?
Yeah, I mean, just put in the work. I expect to, do things like that. Because you put in the work in the off season, and when you work hard, work pays off. So just go out there and just be detailed with everything will go right.
Was it a lot of coaches and players in the preseason talked about trying to get more pressure with the front seven, especially the front four? Did you see that kind of play out, maybe help you guys, how they impacted the line of scrimmage?
Yeah, we're gonna rely on our D line a lot this year. They a real talented group, real deep group, and when they going, it make it easier. I mean, it's just naturally gonna make it easier for the back end. So we encourage them guys and we let them know, like, y'all driving the bus, like we depending on y'all. This is the SEC, so your people in the trenches gotta be dogs and they gotta be locked in, ready to go.
Eric.
Wesley, kind of on that again, James Pearce in particular had a really nice game.
Yep.
Sophomore this year. From your vantage point, what did you see from him kind of doing well?
I'm honestly not surprised at all about what he did. Like in the off season, he's made huge jumps, both like with character and physically. Like, and his body's changed. He like a man child out there, and he got a lot of ability, man, for real. So I wasn't surprised at all. I'm just gonna keep encouraging him to keep going. Don't get satisfied. Keep going because we got stuff that we got to do for sure.
We'll do a few more. Ben, we'll go to you.
Jaylen, just that running back room that Dylan talked about in the depth, Coach Heupel was just talking about the strength of the room can't be on one guy. Is that something that you kind of got to remind yourself, maybe if you're on the sideline and wanting to get in there, but Dylan's out there and Jabari's out there as well?
We all, man, like I said a million times, man, we all put in work. We all like brothers, man, so, you know what I'm saying, we all gonna eat, man. I've been saying this, like, we the best group in the nation, so it's gonna show, and we gonna keep showing it. So just put in that work, and y'all seen it.
Arthur?
Jaylen, just curious, any motivation coming into this game after that Music City Bowl where that controversial fourth down call? Did you think about that any going into this game?
I actually did. I was like, dang, last time I was here, that happened. So I mean, I feel like I kind of bounced back from it. That game's in the past, but you know, things happen.
Joe also had a couple of rushing touchdowns. How was that? He also had a nice game. Was that a facet of his game? And also, what type of a leader is he on the field?
He's a great leader, man. He's a great leader, man. You know, just put in the work, man. I expected, you know what I'm saying? Him scoring and stuff like that, I expected that to happen. So he just capitalized on the opportunity.
Ryan, and then we'll finish with Rob.
Dylan or Jaylen, for either of you guys, just what did you see from the offensive line up front? Obviously, a lot was made of Cooper being out and how those guys have adjusted. You've seen a lot of improvement from them lately, and what was today like for them overall?
I would say, like, you know, they obviously knew with Cooper being out, man. So like they had to step up because he's a big leader in that room, and his presence was felt on the sideline today, no doubt. But you know, I think people just understood that, our O-line just understood that, you know, somebody has to take control of this room. You know, we're mixing in, seeing what works. You know, Ali Lane did a good job today. The whole O-line, man, was just doing a good job being physical, man, creating holes, getting us to the second level. And that's all you can ask for, man. I love playing behind those boys. They went out there and they gave it their all today.
Last question, Rob.
Wesley, how would you rate your guys' execution defensively today? You didn't give up any big plays and just had one penalty late.
You know, there's always room for improvement, but I feel like we had a fairly good day today for sure. You know, we expect to come out and dominate. You know, honestly. So, you know, we would like to, you know, have zero out there, like 0 points scored, but you know, it's really what we expected, man. Came out, played hard. You know, play side. It ain't gonna be perfect, but you know, we're gonna keep playing hard and keep playing assignment sound football for sure.
Thanks, gentlemen. David, go ahead.
Joe, can you talk about the very first possession? It's 4th and 5. How surprised were you that Coach went for it, and what does that kind of say about his confidence in that kind of situation?
I mean, he just trusts offense. He trusts our preparation, our ability to make a play. You know, he believed in us, and you know, with all that being said, you just got to go make it happen.
Were you surprised?
No, I was not surprised at all.
Rob and then Casey.
Aaron, 3 times in the first half, Virginia started on your side, on Tennessee's side of the field. You guys didn't give up any points. What kind of is the mindset when you go out there in that situation?
Really just play ball, no matter where they're out on the field. You know, our biggest thing is just get off the field, so, you know, that's the main thing.
Casey?
Aaron, your teammate James Pearce had a great first quarter. What do you see from him in his development in the offseason, now in his first game, and how proud of him were you?
Yeah, but I'm honestly not surprised of, you know, the kind of game he had. You know, I've seen James grow as a player on the field and off the field, so, you know, he's taking a huge step, and, you know, I'm not surprised by his play today.
Brent, go ahead.
Joe, you talked about your expectations, kind of where you were heading into this. As you walk out of here today, what do you feel like you did well in the game? Where do you feel like you need to make strides? What do you like about what you accomplished today?
I mean, we won, so that's all that mattered. Only thing that matters now is the next game. You know, every play you're gonna learn from, right? You know, I feel like my eyes are in the right place. So, you know, not judging the things that happen out there, just judging my decision making. I feel like my decision making was great, so let's move on from that, learn from that.
Adam?
Aaron, coaches said you guys on defense had so much more depth than you did last year, certainly 2 years ago. Where do you see that in a game? Where does depth show up?
What are you asking?
Where can you tell in a game that you guys have depth?
Yeah, when we're able to rotate and we're all able to be fresh in there when we're in there, I'll say that's when you know you have some depth. When you're in the game, you know you can play fresh, and you know, whoever comes in, you know, it won't be a step of a difference. You know what I'm saying?
Vince, go ahead.
Joe, what'd you think of the offensive line today? Obviously, everybody's been talking about Cooper now.
Yeah, I mean, they all play together. You know, that's all we asked for. That's all we've been asking for the past 2 weeks is playing together. You know, just understanding the assignment. You know, I give y'all guys time to, you know, point out to who you're blocking. You know, talk about what's going on. You know, just being all on the same page is really what we're asking for from those guys, and those guys did that today.
We have James Pearce here now as well. We'll go Ben and then Austin.
Joe, Coach Apple was in here and he mentioned that he didn't think the skilled position players were in the best flow in the first half. What did you kind of see that maybe led to some possessions that didn't turn out the way that y'all wanted to, and what changed for the third quarter?
Yeah, just not killing ourselves, you know, not shooting ourselves in the foot. There were a couple of plays where, you know, some guys took a play off. You know, the offense that we have and the team that we have, we don't have time to, you know, take a play off. We got to keep going regardless of the position we play.
James, Wesley was in here a couple minutes ago, and he talked about how much you've grown physically, but more so, you know, from a maturity standpoint this offseason. Was there a moment in time where you felt like things started to click both on and off the field for you that led to today?
Just not my brothers giving up on me, showing up every day, just being focused with them.
Karthik and then Patrick and then Eric.
Joe, this one for you. Getting to celebrate a win with your sister, what does that mean to you, and how much fun is that?
It's great, you know, just having her the opportunity, having her cheerleader too as well is pretty cool, you know, just bringing her down there. You know, I've seen a lot of guys bring their kids and bring their sisters, so why not? You know, my siblings, they look up to me. For them to have that moment with me and cherish it with the team is great.
Patrick.
James, to have the offseason you had, put a lot of work in to go out there and get 2 sacks in the first half. How did that feel to just kind of get rewarded like that?
It always feel great to be productive on the field and fly around with your brothers and win.
Eric.
Okay, both those sacks again came on third down. Specifically, kind of what went into those plays? Was it one just where you're trying to get upfield as quick as you can?
Just get after the quarterback on third down. It's the situation they was in. They had to get the ball out their hands, just pass rush.
David.
Joe, there's a play that's kind of blowing up on social media. It's one of Dylan's touchdown runs where John Campbell takes a defender and just pushes him almost right out of the stadium. Have you seen that? I mean, could you tell that was going on?
To be honest, I didn't see that until I got in the locker room. But you know, I think he might go it. That's what everybody was saying in the locker room. So, I mean, just to have somebody like John on our team, man, it's great. And you obviously see what he can do and brings to the team. So,
take a few more. Vince.
Aaron, how was your communication on defense today, specifically with Keenan Peely, who was helping get guys in position?
Yeah, I think it went smooth. I think everybody who was in there, was communicating well. It was, everybody was on defense was talking. Was getting the calls in, and I feel like it went good overall.
Anything else for these guys? Reese?
Just for fun, Joe, that first touchdown, that celebration, man. What was that, bro?
to be honest, I don't even remember the celebration.
The bunny thing, what? I don't know what it was.
Oh, you're talking about that was for Hendo, man. That was something that we always did in pregame. Just a little dance called Get In There. So that was just something for Hendo.
Patrick?
Yeah, Joe, one of your touchdown runs you had, I think Ramel and Dante were both open.
Yeah.
Did they give you any grief about not throwing the ball and being selfish there?
Nah, I don't call it selfish. I just think it's just protecting the ball. You feel me? As a quarterback, you let one go, and God forbid something happen, and you have that thought in the back of your head, like, man, I should have just ran it. So I just put the ball in my hands, and just let it happen.
We got 2 more. We'll Casey and finish Boston.
James, when you come out and you have 2 sacks, matches the total amount of sacks you had all of last year, do you feel like that sends a statement about the type of player that you want to be this year and the player that you've developed to be in the offseason?
The opportunity just presented itself, and I just made it play. It was just out there flying around with the guys lined up. Coach called it up, dialed it up, and I got the job done.
Austin? Last question.
Joe, Jerome Carvin tweeted during the game that he was more nervous watching you guys than he ever was playing.
Yeah.
When you got back to the locker room, did you have any text from Hendon or anybody like that? Congratulating you guys yet?
I haven't looked at my phone yet. I'm just enjoying the moment with my brothers, man.
All right, thanks, guys.